Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I will be honest, I am not feeling well today, chat. A little bit of a story time once some people get in here. But yeah, no, I'm a little sick today, so I'm sorry if the energy isn't super high, but it should be a good stream. We have a lot to go over, actually. A lot of stuff that I saw recently, at least on the on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, about some new leaks and stuff. So I want to go over that, and then we're gonna do some shiny hunting, and it should just overall be a good day. Sorry about not streaming yesterday. One of my girlfriend's coworkers has, a bunch of my girlfriend's coworkers have children, and one of their kids got sent home from school with COVID-like symptoms, and their kid tested positive for the new strain of COVID, and her coworker tested positive for COVID too. So she is on she has today and tomorrow mandatory off because they don't want it to spread through the office. I don't think I have COVID. I have never actually gotten COVID, so there's that. But I'm just not feeling super well today. I think it might be my allergies acting up because we just had our grass cut yesterday, so I don't really know, but I'm not feeling super great today. We've both tested negative for COVID so far, but you never know. So we're just hanging out. But that's why I missed stream yesterday. We were freaking out and dealing with all of that. So sorry about that. But yeah, and you can also tell I'm kind of out of it. I'm eating my breakfast, right? I have some Frosted Flakes here. My dumbass poured my coffee into my cereal this morning. And then it wasn't good, and I forgot to buy milk. So your boy is currently eating cereal with water. So it's a little rough. It's a little rough this morning. But overall, I am happy I got the vid. Oh yeah, I want to thank you guys for that quick. A vid of what? Wait, no, but what are you talking about? Because it might be different than what I'm talking about. Oh, I should do it on studio. Where is it? I just jumped to live. What? I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, COVID. No, I tested negative this morning, so I think I'm in the clear. I don't know. I'm still just kind of though. My allergies have been super bad today. Yeah, we both tested negative, but her company is making her stay home today and tomorrow, just as a precaution. And I think it might just be my allergies acting up or something, but I'm super out of it this morning. I did, real quick, I wanted to thank everyone because this is my best performing video to date for this year, at least, which was really awesome. 423 views. I mean, that's the most views I've gotten on a long form video in a year. Actually a year. I think my most viewed long form video is still actually the fossil watch. I think it is no, these are all shorts. My shorts always do pretty well. Well, for the most part, they do pretty well. But I'm thinking my best long form video, which was over a year ago, was the Pokemon Fossil collab. So other than that, this has been my best performing video, which is really cool. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and I'll try to keep content like this coming. But I guess we're gonna start today. I have some spoilery stuff that I want to go over, and then I have a video I want to watch about fixing shiny Pokemon, and then we're gonna get into the shiny hunting, and I think it should be a lot of fun, and I'm excited. So to get into it first, some updates from Riddler. This was 2 days ago. He posted a bunch of characters together without a whole lot of context, so we didn't really know what was going on. But Soul Silver has shared a 4chan post that might shed some light on this. So I am just telling you guys right now, this is a big spoiler warning. If you don't want any potential leaks or spoilers for DLC 2, the Indigo Disc, come back in like 10 minutes. And I should be done talking about it, I promise. But otherwise, let's get into this, and it should be exciting. So, there is a rumor going around on 4chan that has been backed by verified data mined information. So let's read the 4chan post first, and then we'll go over what Soul Silver talks about. So this is information from the Chinese data mine thread on taiba.baidu.com. I'm saying that so badly, but it's from this website. Because I saw a lot of things that haven't been data mined by the English community. So we do have to remember just that not a whole lot of English data miners speak Chinese, so it is hard to verify that the translations are correct. But I believe Soul Silver has vetted this translation. So again, take this with a hail-sized piece of salt. There might be some validity to it, but it is also just data mine stuff. So there is a possibility that nothing will be true. So the Indigo Disc will have 242 entries, including 8 new Pokemon. There is another group project at the BB Academy similar to the Kitakami exploration. There is a legendary treasure from the Scarlet and Violet books that will be updated with new information. Ronvi and scan features for the phone. So, what is that? I don't know what that means. Ooh, cheesesteaks sound good. I don't know what this means. I don't know what that. I don't actually know what that. But the scan feature. I'm guessing it's gonna have something to do with like a. Sorry about that. I just sneezed really bad. Hopefully I muted myself in time. So maybe we're gonna get like a new Dex Nav or something. There is an important plot battle against Gilmora and a plot-related double battle with Arvin and Penny. The plot battle, codenamed Last Battle, doesn't say much, but hey. DLC 2 will have 2 stories. One of them is centered around Nimona, Penny, and Arvin. G-Father and G-Mother are part of the story sideline as well. Another centered around Perrin, but there's not as much text for that one. The main story of the Blueberry Academy is centered around Kieran and Carmine. Blueberry's Elite Four, Geeta and Rika will also appear in the plotline, Team Star is making a comeback with some side quests, and Penny will also appear. There is a potential Sada/Toro Pokemon Professor side quest that will feature Arven. We do not know yet if it will be the real professors or the Paradise Protocol AI that we fought at the end of the main story. So that will be interesting, because to the best of our understanding, the Pokemon professors are dead. Well, they're either dead or they're lost in the future or past, based off of what we know so far. So maybe we're going to find some way to bring them back. Who knows? And then there's also a side quest codenamed Steel, which could be related to the Blueberry Academy Elite Four. Because if I am remembering correctly, we are going to have a fire, a fairy, a steel, and a dragon type trainer. Those are going to be the 4 types for the Elite Four in the Blueberry Academy. And the steel trainer is the young girl that is not related to Clay. I can't remember her name, but she also does the flying thing in the dome. And then zombie NPCs seem to be in Kitakami, and they can talk normally. I don't know what that is. And then they leave us off with a speculation from the data miner. Because the rest of the family of Applin isn't in the Indigo Pokédex, we may get the evolution of Diplin, and it may not be a Pokemon that can actually be evolved to until Generation 10. Meaning that it is going to get the same treatment as Blood Moon Ursaluna, and we will not actually be able to get one other than the one that is caught either in the story or given to us somewhere in the game. I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. The people, our neighbors' lawn care people were here, and Tater Tot just loves to bark at them. You know how dogs be doing. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. If this is true, I'm upset. I'm sad. Does that mean that the Diplin evolution might be shiny locked? I mean, that makes me really upset, because they put so much care and thought into Diplin shiny, right? Diplin is arguably the best shiny from Generation 9. Like, some Gen 9 shiny Pokemon are so bad. I'm looking at you, Armarouge and Ceruledge. No one cares about your eyes. But Diplin, there has been specific care to Diplin. Not only does its sprite change, but its signature attack changes colors too to match the shiny colors. If something has to be going on there with them to give that much care to Diplin. So it would really upset me if they're then like, oh, lol, nope, your new favorite Pokemon that everyone likes
gets an evolution, but it can only be gifted to you or caught once, and you can't evolve it until the next generation, or maybe never. That just makes me worried, because a lot of these data mines and a lot of these leaks have not been wrong yet. Or at least if they haven't been 100% right, they've gotten a lot correct. So it's concerning, to say the least. Now, Soul Silver, who is a artist and covers Pokemon news and leaks, pretty cool Twitter account. I recommend following them. But here's their thoughts. So yes, it is coming from 4chan, but it does help with Riddler's thread. The thread that he's talking about is these pictures of Nemona and Carmine. I don't have the rest. Where did they go? So you got Nemona and Carmine, Penny and Arvin, and then Kieran and new Blueberry Academy girl that is... No, that's us. So these pairings are a little interesting. And then there's one more on the 4chan post, which is Geeta and Briar. So that's 8 pairs. So maybe something's gonna happen here. I don't know. But it's gonna be interesting. Because Soul Silver thinks that the Gilmora fight could be tied into Dokutaro, which is the potential master of the Loyal 3. So separate side quests are nice, and I don't understand how, I don't understand how zombies are going to get pulled into this. I think maybe the Peach Pokemon that we all think we know, the one that we talked about on stream on Monday, maybe it has some way that it can control people, and they're not actually zombies. They're more just like, think like DC Poison Ivy. You know how, she can manipulate and control people through her like plant pheromones by like kissing them. So maybe it's something like that, where this Pokemon will have the ability to use its poison threads, which is what made the scarves for the Loyal 3. And, maybe we're going to get some sort of like Poison Ivy, Doflamingo controlling thing here. And they're not actually zombies. They're just humans under the control of a Pokemon. I think that would be kind of a cool story. I don't know if zombies are the right word to do it, but maybe that's just like the internal word for it, because I mean mind-controlled people are pretty much zombies to a point. So that could be cool. I'm excited to see if there are actually going to be zombies, because I don't know how you just bring the undead into a children's game, but it'll be cool regardless. And Soul Silver, like me, is also disappointed about Diplins. Because if it's a static encounter, or if it's like Blood Moon Ursaluna, it's probably going to be shiny locked, and it's just going to be sad. And I guess at some point, Riddler-kun also described the Diplin's Evo as resembling Ursaluna. And that goes with it being a static encounter, which is kind of sad. No, not that one. So then, Centro Leaks covered Kayla's Capsule's theory on Kieran. So, they pointed out a brief dark purplish shadow around Kieran's fist when he punches the monument. And you can see it right here around his fist. If you guys look at my cursor, he has this aura right here, and it's not in the next scene. So you can see an hour 9:31, an hour 9:30. So it literally lasts for 1 second. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that at this point, Kieran is holding Ogerpon's broken mask because his grandfather was supposed to fix it, but Kieran stole it from him before he could. So maybe it has something to do with that. But then Kayla also pointed out that the color kind of matches what we think the Peach Pokemon will look like. So it's an interesting theory, and Central Leaks and Soul Silver have some stuff on it. A lot of people, Central Leaks included, and myself, I'm kind of prone to believe this, that Kieran might be the first quote-unquote zombie that we interact with in the DLC. It would explain his mood swings and why in the beginning he's shy, he wants to be our friends, but then he kind of has that dark little demon in him that gets angry, you know? And that doesn't really seem like him. He seems more like a shy kid who just doesn't have a lot of friends. And then he randomly gets these fits of rage, which aren't really fitting, and even Carmine was kind of taken back by it in the story. So if Kieran is the first quote-unquote zombie, it would be proof that this Peach Pokemon that we think we're going to see in Part 2 will have some sort of way that it can manipulate or control the emotions and actions of human beings. Which is just like mind-blowing. I like that would be crazy. Like, come on. So, Soul Silver does a little more in-depth about it. I'm going to show you guys the pictures first. So, in Chinese mythology, peaches have long been considered a symbol of longevity and immortality. Chinese mythology tells of a group of deities celebrating the everlasting life provided by the fruit every 6,000 years. Okay? And then, aside from symbolizing longevity, peaches also safeguard health. So we know that in Chinese culture, peaches are a symbol of immortality. We also know that before the Loyal 3 were the Loyal 3, they were weak Pokemon. I'm pretty sure in the quest, when you're reading about them on the map, Monkey Dory, who is the psychic poison one, the little blue monkey, he was weak, frail, and not very smart. But after getting his scarf, toxic chain, thread, whatever you want to call it, he gets intelligence and he becomes more sure of himself. So there we're seeing a positive impact from the Peach Pokemon, but with Kieran, we're seeing a negative impact. So it seems like the Pokemon can either empower or depower in a way, like make you go crazy. So maybe the Peach Pokemon, and this is speculation, and this I'm literally saying this part just because like it just came into my head. Maybe the Peach Pokemon will have something to do with what we know is going to happen, and that is upgrading our box art legendary Pokemon to getting a new stage or battle, like a new battle form or something, because that has been leaked and pretty much confirmed at this point. So that could be really big. That could be really cool. So, and you also, the last thing is this picture, this purple that revives the Loyal 3 is the same hue as Kieran's fist. Like if you look around here, like around the player character, this purple right here is the same kind of purple aura as Kieran's punch. So the Peach Pokemon, we might not have seen it yet, but it has clearly been impacting our story so far. Now, Soul Silver thinks that the Peach Pokemon is going to be Poison Ghost, which would make sense because the Loyal 3 are all Poison type, and the Ghost typing would kind of fall in line with the immortality stuff. And they're saying that it would give give it any number of supernatural abilities, including becoming invisible, which is why we couldn't see it at the literal resurrection of the Loyal 3. He could also be invisible, almost like a Gengar, controlling, like, you know how you would see, like, in the anime, Gengar would turn invisible and mess with trainers and stuff? What if the Peach Pokemon has just been invisible to us and has just been, like I said, just like, you know, like Doflamingo, Poison Ivy, puppet mastering Kieran? It's a possibility, but I'm kind of rambling. So it almost makes too much sense to be true. And that's kind of my issue. Also, I'm going to throw Kayla a follow. And then one more thing, going back to the Diplin evolution, that a lot of people are kind of upset. Not upset. Well, I'm upset. Let's be clear there. I am upset about this. Diplin and Applin, as well as a lot of the new Paradox Pokemon that we have seen, and Archdelion, Archdelion, I don't really know how to say it yet, were not in the listed Pokédex of Pokemon returning. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, no Archdelion, no Iron Crown. Game Freak purposely didn't leave them in because of obvious spoiler data. So, with Kuhn simply saying that Applin and Diplin are clearly not in the Indigo Disc, but Diplin's evolution will be, strongly points to it being some sort of Blood Moon Ursaluna. And if that is the case, the only thing we can really do at this point is hope that in Generation 9, not Generation 9, is hope that at some point in Generation 10, we will be able to evolve these new static encounter Pokemon. Or maybe we'll get a third DLC. Because if you think about it, this DLC is kind of interesting because it is one DLC in two parts, as opposed to what we saw in Sword and Shield, where it was the Crown Tundra and the armor of the Island of Armor. Yeah, those were the names. Those were standalone. Their stories didn't really intertwine, and I believe you could buy them independently. But if you think about it, this DLC isn't Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC 1, the Teal Mask, and then DLC 2, the Indigo Disc. This is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Hidden Treasure of Area Zero, Part 1 and Part 2. Meaning that it's one DLC told in two parts. This is going to be a video, don't worry. So, who knows? Maybe we're going to get a second DLC that is just going to be one part. And maybe that is when we're going to get it. Honestly, I think that would be kind of smart of Nintendo, Game Freak, you know? Give us a fall, a winter, and then a spring DLC. Let us carry through the content until next fall. They're going to announce a Legends game or Black and White remakes or something. And then we'll have that for a year before we get Gen 10. Which, I mean, that's my hope. But who knows? So, I'm really hoping that we get a second DLC. That is not two parts, it's just one part. So, those are pretty much all of the leaks and stuff that I wanted to talk about. I'm very excited to see, but also very hesitant about the Indigo Disc. And, you know, I might riot just a teensy bit. We might riot just a teensy bit if we can't evolve our Diplins and it's only a static encounter. That'll make me really sad because it just doesn't make sense why they would do that. But let me know, guys. What do you guys think? Let me know either in chat now, let me know what you think, or let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know. But Now we are going to react to the Aura Guardian, who is someone I have never honestly watched before. But it is on a topic that I think is really interesting, and that is fixing terrible Gen 9 shiny Pokemon. So it's about a 15-minute video. Go check him out. Video came out 4 days ago, and be sure to subscribe and leave a like. And if Aura Guardian, if you have any issue with me reacting to this or anything and you want me to take it down, please just reach out and let me know. I'm not trying to steal your content. I am just reacting to it because it is on a topic that I think is cool. And with that out of the way, let's watch this video. And I'll move my face cam if I'm blocking anything.
Finally began picking the shiny colors for Pokemon starting in Gen 6. It gave us hope that this was the end of terrible, barely different looking shiny forms.
Like that's ever gonna happen. What a logic.
While a lot of shinies definitely saw improvement, there has been a fair share of absolutely disappointed! So much so.
I actually really like Titan. Wiglet is also really good. Like, there are good shiny Pokemon in this generation, don't get me wrong. Varoom is another good one. The Dung Beetle Pokemon is another good one. Like, there are a lot of good shinies in this, but then there's Ceruledge and Armarouge. So, and Tatsugiri. That aren't the best, but still pretty good. But then there are some that are really disappointing.
But I think it's fair to say Game Freak needs someone new on their team to help pick the shiny colors for their Pokemon. That person being me, since I've already tackled every generation of Pokemon, aside from the most recent one, in terms of which shinies should change or not. I want to go over Pokemon in the newest generation with absolutely abysmal shinies, and show off how I would improve them. So, hope you enjoy. Let's begin with the starter Pokemon.
Oh, actually, I want to share real quick. This was a really funny comment I saw when I first found this video. T Jackknife said, I want Coco to be light green, like a watermelon, so I can call it Coco Melon, which I'm pretty sure is a children's show. But a watermelon Coco kind of would have been hilarious, and I'm really sad they didn't take that opportunity.
In every line, because all of them have underwhelming shinies at some point. There's a couple of decent ones at best, but overall, definitely a letdown, especially compared to other shiny starters before. So here's how I'd fix them. The main thing that changes with the Sprigatito line is the pink turns purple. How much better would this be if instead of staying green with purple highlights, you flip the purple and the green, and damn, all the difference.
Wow. Those look so much better. Wait, I'm gonna... I don't know what's going on with my screen. I can't move my webcam without, I think, restarting Streamlabs.
Theme that this line becomes, but I especially love how it looks on Sprigatito and Florigato.
But I mean, I'm sorry, his head is getting covered. Here, wait, I'll go just so you guys can see a little bit. Its head isn't very changed, but
like both of these are.
They look really good.
I would absolutely.
I would love these shinies to be changed to this.
The line was definitely the hardest to figure out what to do. At first, I went with a greenish color, similar.
I think that's really good. I like the green. Not because of the watermelon, but they look like a real crocodile. Like, I kind of like the idea of them looking like a real gator.
To how some
or croc, whatever they are.
However, didn't think it would be a color many people would like that much.
I like that, actually. I think that looks fire, especially on Skeledirge. With the white, it almost looks like it's like a skeletal ghost Pokemon. That looks, I really actually like that.
Like a smoky gray, and thought it worked very nicely.
No, the green's better. At least I think the green's better.
I experimented with yellow and blue as well, but grey definitely turned out the best in my opinion. The Quaxley line, on the other hand, was the easiest to come up with. Pink. Absolutely 100%
Oh. Alright, I'm not a big fan of the Quaxley one, but Quelavel and whatever the second Evo is. Oh, they look so good. They look so good.
Fancy look for a fancy Pokemon. Quaquaval Shiny should be bright and stand out, not look like a flashlight is pointing at it. There are some other colour schemes I experimented with as well, but pink in my opinion definitely was the most fitting. And these are the shinies I would probably go with, and I guarantee people would be way more excited to hunt these as well if they were real.
Yo, it would
Now
actually
we
make
move
the
on to one
Masuda
of the
egg hunting
biggest letdowns
worthwhile.
of all time, the Armarouge
Cool
and
starters.
Cerulege line shinies.
I hate
What
their shinies.
on
I'm mad I
earth
hunted
were
for
they
it.
Thinking? The fact that these shinies were approved and they were happy with them is actually crazy.
We could have
I
gotten
was
Mega
so
Man.
excited to see what game.
It would be kind of cool. I'm still in the school of thought that they should have swapped them. So Ceruledge should have gotten Armarouge's color palette, and Armarouge should have gotten Ceruledge's color palette for their shinies. Because then that would have looked so cool.
Cooked up with their shiny colors, only to get these. Of all the Gen 9 Pokemon, they deserve better. Just do the easiest thing in the shiny book. Swap their color scheme.
Give this man a medal. This man knows what's up. Oh my god. See, look at how much better those look too. Like, oh my god.
Look how much better this already is. I even gave Charge Cadet Ceruledge's color scheme, and it works perfectly as a shiny. There were some other color combinations I tried as well.
So
like
good.
Blue and Armarouge,
I don't like that
but
one.
The purple I think suits it best.
Yeah.
And while I do like the Armarouge colors on Ceruledge a lot,
He kind of looks like Z. Is it Z from Mega Man? I might be wrong on that. Mega Man Z. Yeah, kind of looks. They kind of makes it look like Zero from Mega Man. For you guys who don't know what I'm talking about. It's not like a big similarity, but I kind of, like the hair and the reds and the golds. I don't know. And then the swords. I don't know why I always think these guys are like the Mega Man characters. I always think Armarouge is Mega Man and Ceruledge is Zero. But just my
I
thoughts.
found that flipping the yellow and red around works even better. Red just suits Ceruledge so well. Honestly, anything's a massive
And I love the green tips on the fire and the blades. Oh, that's so good.
improvement over whatever these are. Next up, another awful shiny set, being Tendermouse and Mousehold.
Tandemouse and Mousehold might be one of the few Pokemon that I will never get for our living shiny decks. Because I hate hunting for them.
So the difference here is that the
They should make them look like Mickey Mouse.
shiny has parts of the body that are the tiniest bit tinted yellow. Absolutely not okay. So I had two ideas for this. The first is more subtle, and would to be adjust the shiny parts to make them more noticeable. Here I simply added some pink, and voila! Already much better. You
That
can
doesn't really
actually
make
see
sense
that
though.
it's
Why is
shiny
it pink?
without squinting your eyes. My
Oh.
other idea that I went with was to go the Jerry route, and make them brown mice. Another addition to the chocolate shiny.
That would be kind of cool. They kind of look more like like Dedenne and Alolan Raichu.
Hell, why not just invert the colours and make them black mice as well? Works fine. At the end of the day,
That looks
there's
kind of
no
cursed.
excuses. Game Freak, if you're listening, use any one of these, please.
Yeah, honestly, I would hunt any of those.
Annihilate.
Wait, I kind of like... Okay, this is kind of going to be a hot take, but I kind of like Annihilape's shiny. I mean, it's not my favorite. I wish that his arms had stayed dark and it was just the face that changed, but I kind of like it.
Might be a bit more noticeable than some of the others, but is still, in my opinion, absolutely terrible. How do we fix? Well, the first and most obvious change we can try is giving Primeape's colours. Pretty boring, I know, but anything's better than this. Next we can try Shiny Primeape's colours. And not very appealing.
What are we?
You can tell it's different.
Smash?
My idea, though, is to do what I did with Mankey and Primeape shinies when I make custom shinies for them. Make it red. Clearly the most appropriate colour for this line.
I don't like
And
that.
It works pretty well.
Sorry
I also
to
gave
say,
yellow
but I
to
do not
the
like
eyes,
that one.
Since it already had red eyes before, and yellow also works really well here. Definitely a massive improvement, and what they should have gone with instead of this, if you ask me. Continuing the trend of shiny.
I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Forgot to change. The entire Tauros shiny set is absolutely atrocious, so let's fix it. For the pure fighting Tauros, giving it regular Tauros's brown colour, well, not that unique, still works really well in my opinion, and fits given that there's 3 of them, and this is essentially the base form. For the other 2 forms, come on, it was as straightforward as you can get. Red for fire, and blue for water. It was obvious. And well, they're great in my opinion, especially when the original shinies are this.
I like
Again,
those.
please steal these.
I like those,
Now, Bramble
but I
and
feel like that'd be
Bramble
too
Dust don't have the
easy.
worst shinies that you can give them, but they definitely could use with a rework. My first idea was to make them green, symbolizing the grass typing.
Oh, and then they
After
kind of look like the
messing around
anchor
a bit more,
Pokemon.
I found that giving them a more ghost-like look for their ghost typing worked a lot more nicely. Much cooler if you ask me. Scovillain was
I
one of
liked
my
that one.
favourite Pokemon from Gen 9, and one whose shiny I was the most looking forward to. And when I saw it was this, I was
I've
very
never
down.
seen Scoville
Like,
shiny
yeah, It
before.
does look different, but you're not gonna change.
I don't
the
like
things
that.
really should
I
be
really don't
changing.
like that.
Keeping the heads the same red and green. And
Should make it a
flipping
yellow and a
them
green, a yellow and an
just
orange
feels kinda
pepper
lazy.
with like red and
An
green
extremely easy
tongues.
fix is to change the head's colours to the other bell pepper colours that aren't used here. Like, I thought this would be the absolute minimum.
All right, I swear to God, I have not watched this video. That was just like a thought that I had for this Pokemon. I was like, their heads are bell peppers. Just change it to orange and yellow, the other 2 bell peppers. I guess great minds think alike.
Now, even though this shiny is already better, I wanted to see how it looked with the blue from the original shiny. And honestly, I can't really decide whether I prefer it with or without the blue. But
Just
either
change
way,
the heads.
still,
The
much
one on the
better
left
and more
is
fitting
so
than
much
the original
better.
one. I'm not really the biggest fan of Graveyard shiny. I do
All
like a lot of
right.
the yellow shinies.
All right,
but
that's a hot
Graveyards isn't
no.
the best one.
That's a hot take right there. I like Graveyard shiny.
Houndstone shiny, on the other hand, is somehow even worse. Not
Yeah,
only are the
Houndstone's
differences not that noticeable,
isn't that
but it's
much
just an
great.
ugly
Isn't
colour
great.
for it.
Not great
Maybe
at
that's
all.
the point since it is a zombie dog. But still, we can do better. First thing I tried was changing Houndstone's shiny to be more yellow, similar to its pre-evolution. Wasn't very appealing. I also tried giving it a red colour, giving a more bloody look to it.
No.
Since again, it's a zombie dog. A bit better, but the shiny I ended up going with was changing the hair to a much darker colour. Not only is this much better than the original shiny, but also adds to the zombie dog theme. Not the biggest change in the world, but it works well in my opinion.
I feel like okay, wait. With this one, I feel like if you, I really want to see a Houndstone, the shiny, make it like make the actual bones just like snow white, like just like the whitest you can possibly have it, so it actually kind of looks like bones, and then do that black on it, and then it kind of gets a Grim Reaper look. But I feel like having this, like the shading and on the face, I don't know. I feel like if you got rid of that, it would look very Grim Reaper-esque, and that could be really cool. That would be a sick shiny, because then like it goes with like the zombie skeletal dog, but then it's like the Grim Reaper, and with its signature move, that kind of makes sense. I don't know. That would be I like that.
Not the biggest change in the world, but it works well in my opinion. Next up is Tatsugiri. Specifically the orange and yellow Tatsugiri. Pink Tatsugiri shiny doesn't need to change, it's already perfect.
Yeah,
The
I love
orange's
pink
form
Tatsugiri.
is orange with a bit of soy sauce on the top, and the yellow's shiny form is orange. Wow, that's disappointing. The yellow form shiny honestly would be pretty good if we didn't already have an orange form that looked almost identical to it. And the soy sauce shiny, while passable, we can still do much better. The first thing I
Not
did
very
was see
good.
what shiny colors could work, as well as still looking like actual sushi.
Spicy
And all the
mayo.
colors that make the most sense are kind of already taken. So for the yellow shiny, I tried a nice green, almost like an avocado wasabi.
I feel like for the yellow one, you could have just switched it to like a like an ahi tuna color, you know? Let me like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like ahi tuna. Like something like this color almost. Oh, that's not what I really wanted. What did I just click on? I just want the image. Hold on, Opera. Why are you doing this? Like just like this color, and then you even have like the natural change in the color. I feel like that could look. Can I make this smaller without the Hey Ketchup, how's it going? No, not a lot of sleep, no. But I feel like an ahi tuna color would have looked really good for the yellow tatsugiri.
Look. The orange shiny, I said screw it and tried blue. Now, if we ignore that they're sushi.
Also, wait, we could totally on top of that one, if you went with like a yellow fin tuna flesh. Like a yellowfin tuna or an ahi tuna would be really good. And then it's not beef, it's tuna. And then if you maybe went with like eel meat sushi. And then if you went with like an eel color for the orange one. Kind of like the like burnt. No, I kind of like the other picture better. Or like kind of like this color, like with this color pattern. I feel like that's what they were trying to go with this one, right? Because it kind of has the two different colors. I feel like eel would
This
look a
colour
lot
would be
better.
really nice. The blue shiny, however, doesn't really make sense since there isn't really blue sushi. So another idea I tried was giving it an orangey pink colour to look more like seared salmon. Now even though the blue shiny might look nicer, the seared shiny keeps with the theme and definitely makes more sense and more realistic for shiny colours of a sushi Pokemon. I guess the soy sauce shiny also makes sense with the sushi theme, but I think I like mine more. I think we can all agree
I like mine better.
Frigibax's shiny line sucks hard. So let's change
Yeah.
that. I decided to take back Calibur's shiny scheme and add it to its
Tatsugiri
pre-evolution
is just
shiny colours a
naked.
bit, giving them a more icy look, as well as red accent.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about those ones. Some of these shinies changes he's been talking about have been top tier, but
That Bat
this
Scalaway
this
has,
one's not my
making their
favorite.
changes a lot more noticeable. As for
Pink
Bat Scalaway,
Tatsugiri is
I found the shiny
naked.
colours I gave the pre-evolutions didn't really work that well on it, so I decided to pull a Charizard and Dragonite, where the final Evo has a different coloured shiny form, and what do you know, it looks really cool. I didn't want to make the whole evolution line consistent.
I don't like that.
Again,
I'm not a big
other
fan of this
Lancelox
one.
forms. And by some Paradox forms, I mean all the future Paradox forms, because they're all the same. Chrome. This includes Marai.
Yeah, black doesn't fit Excalibur. That's why I'm like, I'm not a big fan
the
of that
future
one.
Paradox
Wait a
forms.
second here.
Because they're all the same. Chrome.
Yeah, I don't think black fits Excalibur. Wait, actually, I want to go back and talk about that for a second. I don't think black fits it. I feel like it would look better if you almost went with like a glacial, like a glacial iceberg blue and made it look like it was actually like made of ice or something. I'm not a big fan of this suggested recolor. Like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one.
The same.
But for
Chrome.
the Paradox Pokemon, I'm gonna just straight up disagree with him. Iron Thorns, Iron Bundle, Iron Moth, and Iron Valiant all look amazing. Like I really like. It's literally Mecha Godzilla. It's a robot bird with a blue bag, which I think is just, it looks cool. And then the orange could maybe be a little more vibrant on Iron Moth. Yeah, I mean, I only have violet as well, and they are very chrome. Iron Jugulus, I think, would almost look better if you gave it Hydreigon's color palette. And then maybe if you went with like Donphan's color palette for Iron Treads and Hariyama's color palette for Iron Hands. But Iron Thorns, Valiant, Moth, and Bundle are, I think they don't need to be touched. Maybe just like different shades of chrome, but like you don't need to completely recolorize them. Iron Jugulus is my least favorite of the Paradox Pokemon, but wow, was it an easy shiny hunt. I think it still might be one of the records for like fastest specified hunts that I've done.
This includes Miraidon, whose shiny is also, you guessed it, chrome. I
Well,
understand
it makes
why
sense.
chrome,
They're
I
from the
guess,
future.
but it's
It's the we need the SpongeBob meme of when Squidward gets frozen and wakes up in the future and everything's chrome.
just so boring. Especially
He
when
just doesn't
some
get
of
the
these shinies
reference.
just look awful. So I've given a new shiny form for all of them, except Iron Thorns. This shiny is perfect and will stay how it is. Firstly, Iron Treads. Wow, the shiny is ugly. You want to see how easy it is to improve the shiny? Done. And that's it.
I really like that. Wow. That's almost like Phanpy's blue. Whoa, that's actually okay. Okay, he might be. Let's let this man cook for a second. This might actually. Let's let this man cook.
Changing the red to any other color, still much better than what it got. It's literally all I'm changing just to prove how easy it is to make a decent shiny. Iron Bundle. The first thing I tried was making it pink, like Delibird's actual shiny. It works fine, I guess. But the shiny I liked the most was changing the body to an icy blue color. This works really.
All right. This man is cooking with some good ideas. I would change. I like this. This Iron Bundles is pretty good. My only thing is though, I would change his pouch. I wouldn't keep the. It's kind of weird seeing the two different shades of blue, at least for me. So like maybe I would change the color of the like energy pouch and the stripes on the back. But other than that,
really nicely. Although, being honest, the shiny I already had was actually pretty decent.
yeah, like
So maybe I
that
didn't
shiny
need
is
to
it's a
change
good
it.
shiny.
But I still like the one I made. Iron Hands, again, I tried Hariyama's shiny. Kind of works. Better than its original shiny. The
I like
colours I found
that.
to work even better though was a combination of red accents and a nice
Yo, that kind of looks like oh, what's it called? Chat, what's Axu? What's the evolution between Axu and Haxorus? The one with like the weird teeth mouth. What's it called? What is it? It's the Fracture. Yeah, Fracture. It kind of reminds me of. Wait, I can find this. I am not a complete idiot. Fracture. Oh, Pokemon. Yeah, it looks like it literally is like Fracture's color scheme. I like that.
green. Doesn't make too much sense compared to the other shiny I gave. However, the red colours are similar to Makuhita's red on its shiny, so still works as a shiny in my opinion. Iron Jugulus is definitely one of the worst chrome shinies. Using the green from
All right.
No, let's just get this right. Iron Jugulus is just one of the worst Pokemon. Period. It has nothing to do with its shiny. It has everything to do with its concept.
Shiny Hydreigon is all you really need. It looks so much better. I also tried some other
Yeah, it's fine,
combinations,
Ketchup. You're
but the green, in my
welcome.
opinion, works
Welcome
just
to
fine.
being welcome to be
Iron
in
Moth
chat.
was an interesting one. I tried the golden look of Volcarona shiny.
Ooh, I like that. Wait,
Iron Moth was an interesting one. I tried
I don't mind that. Literally, I like that he gave the horns color too. And I see. This is what I was talking about, like the changing up, like do two chromes.
the golden look of
Yeah, let's let him
Volcarona shiny.
cook.
I went with some red variations as well, but the one I liked the most was suggested by a friend to make it look like the Japanese flag, given how Volcarona is the sun Pokemon. Definitely my favourite from what I made, and definitely shiny I like a lot more than what it got.
All right, this
Some
man
people
is that. We need to petition Game Freak. This needs to be Iron Moth's actual shiny. That is so good. And like it ties into its lore and everything of it being the sunrise Pokemon and Japan having a sun. Oh my god, that's so good.
A lot more than what it got.
Wow.
Some people I find do like Iron Valiant shiny.
I love
since the
Iron
chrome
Valiant
works
shiny.
decently, but I think I'd still prefer it with the blue from Gardevoir Glade shiny.
All right, this man is cooking with gas. Holy. God, this is just gonna make me sad seeing these shiny
Even
Pokemon
changing
now.
the colours to red also works really nicely. I much prefer these to the chrome, but again, chrome's not the worst. Iron Leaves was also easy. Virizion shiny colour fits perfectly on it. The reddish pink colour with the greenish blue as accents.
Let's petition Game Freak to hire this man and fire their current shiny creator. Because like
A lot more fitting in my opinion. I
so
also tried
good.
a nice bluish colour on it. And
Like
again,
Cobalion's
looks very
colours.
nice on it. I think I'd go with the pink overall. And for Miraidon, I messed around on the colour a bit, and it came up with some cool stuff. But the shiny that I was recommended that I found fitted the most was giving it an almost rusted look. Miraidon is the future form, and metal does rust over time, so I found it to be very appropriate. Either way,
I don't know how I
still
feel
much better
about
than its
that.
regular shiny in my opinion. And last but not
The
least,
man's not cooking, he's the entire restaurant. I don't know how I felt about that last one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I felt about the Miraidon shiny. It's all right, but I would almost rather. Where is it? You. No. You. I would almost rather like maybe change the color of the energy. Focus like I almost do do what he did with Iron Moth and do like the two tones of chrome and change the color of the purple, yellow, and blue in the electricity and like his eyebrows and his neck. I feel like that might be a little bit
I
better.
messed around on the colour a bit, and it came up with
Because like he changed the energy color here, and that looks a lot better. I don't know how I feel about the rusted looking one. Like maybe make the body the colors, the original colors of the energy, and then have new energy colors. I don't know. I feel like this one, Miraidon's a hard
the
one.
future form way, still much better than its regular shiny in my opinion. And last but not least, we have Gimmighoul and Golden Go.
I don't even know if I want to watch this one. I hate these shinies.
There is absolutely
I hate
no
them.
excuse except laziness. I want to speak to the people in charge of making shinies. I need to know why they
Like, they literally could have made it, like, they could have had some fun with it and switched him from being, like, golden coins and made him, like, copper pennies or something. And that would have been so much better. Like,
I think it would have been kind of funny to see a stack of
They
pennies
do
rather than a
this.
stack of gold.
Golden Go literally has the easiest fix in the world. Make him silver. There's literally a character called the Silver Surfer. Why isn't the shiny this, Game Freak? Again, you have no excuse except laziness.
Yeah, the like out of game, like the rendered sprites that you see out of game are look a lot better, but like in game I can't tell the difference. The only way I know sometimes if Goldango is shiny is because of the sparkle, but like looking at it in game, I could not tell.
Gimme shiny is the tiniest bit more noticeable, I guess, but still bad overall. My first thought to fix this was to make the chest blue instead of red. I also tried changing the coins to silver, foreshadowing the eventual silver that shiny Golden Go should have become. And honestly, yeah,
I kind of like that.
Again, there's no excuse for Golden Go shiny to look like this. It's just
So bad.
pure laziness. But despite that, Game Freak can fix all this by pulling a Combuskin and changing these shinies to the ones that I've done, because mine are clearly much better. Also, Game Freak, if you want to hire me for any shiny colours that you need picking out, please reach out with my business email. Thanks so much. And those are some absolutely terrible shinies from the newest generation that I would change and how I'd change them. Let me know what you think of my creations.
Some of these were fire, like the Cerule Edge change and the Iron Treads change were fire. But I mean, some of the other ones that he had, they weren't my favorites. Like the Baxcalibur line, not very good. I don't think it really deserves the Charizard treatment. The Tatsugiri ones, yeah. I still think Graveyard would look a lot better if you make him like stark white with pure black fur, because then it looks like the Grim Reaper. And you know, like I don't know. I feel like a lot of these ideas are really good. I am not an artistic type though, so I don't really know what I'm talking about. But if you guys don't know who this is, it's the Aura Guardian. He's made a lot of videos like this. Be sure to go show him some love on the video and subscribe if you like his content. But yeah. And you know, that is pretty much the end of that. So it is time for us to start shiny hunting. And like I said, stream is not going to end until I catch at least 4 of the Pokemon that I have in the thumbnail. I don't know which one I want to start with yet. And if I'm being quite frank, I kind of forget the Pokemon that I put in the thumbnail. So I have to pull up the thumbnail because I don't remember the Pokemon. Okay. Oh, all right. No, this will be a good one. I want to get Jangmo-O, and then I want to get Morpeko, and then we can get Slugma and Vulpix together. And maybe we'll go for a Mienfoo or the Charger Bug. We did hunt for Charger Bug on Monday, and it did not go great because a lot of different bugs can spawn in that area. And if you use an electric sandwich, then you get a lot of Pikachu and Pikachu and Pichus, which were kind of being problematic. So I think we're gonna start with Jangmo-O, and then go from there. And we are also playing on my old Switch today because I may or may not have broken my OLED, which is big sad. All right, let me and then what? I don't understand what's going on.
Why? I don't understand. For some reason, all of my inputs are not working. Nor is my audio? What is going on? Uh, no, it's not. It's Streamlabs is the issue. Maybe if I stop. Wait, what the fuck? I can't select any of my inputs. All right, this is gonna be a test. What happens if I close Streamlabs while streaming? All right. If stream goes down, I'm sorry, but I'll get it right back up. I don't know what is going on here. Okay, cool. Streamlabs doesn't want to open.